All right, it is our next episode from Good Critic, Bad Critic, Mickey 17, which just came out in theaters. We rarely do this, but the three of us had a talk before yesterday when it came out that, hey, maybe we should check out this Mickey 17 movie because it looks interesting. And that's exactly what we've done. I got Captain Quintano and Craig here, who's given a shout out to our most loyal listener, Joe Thornhill. But
Hey, Joe.
yeah, so this was different. This was a science
Very
fiction
different.
comedy film, dark comedy, and a lot of wacky characters in this movie. It was directed by Bong Joon-ho, written by Bong Joon-ho, cinematography by Darius Kanji, edited by Yang Jinmo, music by Jung Jae-il. I hope I'm saying these names right, because I know I'm probably butchering the pronunciation of it.
I think you'll be forgiven.
Yeah, distributed by Warner Brothers, released on March 7, 2025, which was, as we're recording this, yesterday. And the running time was 137 minutes, and the budget was $118 million. Cast: Robert Pattinson as Mickey Barnes, Naomi Ackie as Nasha Barrage, Stephen Yuen as Timo, Mark Ruffalo as Kenneth Marshall, Toni Collette as Ilfa, and I gave a nod to Tim Key, who is the Pigeon Man, and our British viewers will know him from shows like what's the Alan Partridge show? Mid Morning Matters. He was in that a lot. He was also in the movie, I think, too, and he was in an episode of Plebs that I really liked. He's a funny guy. So anyway,
that was insane to just out of nowhere, Pigeon Man.
Yeah, and I think he was in that outfit the entire movie too.
I don't think we saw
every time
he had a red cap on at the start of it, I think.
Yeah,
but then he was just a pigeon, and it was just.
Yeah, this movie basically, I'm just gonna give a quick plot summary here. There may be spoilers from here on out for those of you who care. I'm sure most of you don't, though, because we're the worst reviewers on the planet, in case you didn't know. But so the plot summary here. So Robert Pattinson plays a character named Mickey, who he ends up signing on to be an expendable as part of this this crew of a ship that's under the leadership of Mark Ruffalo's character Kenneth Marshall, who is basically like a cult-like leader, and they're all going to go somewhere and live a life on another planet. But they use Mickey as he signs up to be an expendable, and what they do is they test him basically in hostile environments to figure out ways of avoiding death next time. So they basically send him out there to die. And they study how he died to figure out how to get around a problem with that. And each time he dies, they just reprint his body.
Great work if you can get it.
Yeah. They'll also kill him inside as well by probing and other such things.
Mm-hmm. I think it's also noteworthy to mention that this reprinting process is illegal on Earth because
so they have to do it in space.
Yeah, they have to do it in space, and the reason it was illegal on Earth because of complications.
It's legal. Space.
Yeah, it's illegal, but
you don't want the multis. You don't want 2 of 1 existing.
Yeah, it's against the law to have 2 of 1 existing at the same time, and that's exactly what happens. And as a result, you have 2 Mickeys walking around at probably like midway through the movie, and who couldn't be more different. It turns out, because each time you reprint one of these Mickeys, that personality is completely different from the last one. And it ends,
which I don't think they explained that at the start. Like, I don't remember them really explaining that until we got Mickey 18. Did you?
I think they touched on it a little bit when they talked about why it was illegal. to have
Okay.
multiples with the serial
With
killer
the serial killer.
type guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think because he had multiples, that's when one of the multiples went crazy and I could be wrong though, because they kind of just brushed over that a little bit. And honestly, I might not have been paying attention as well as I should have. But the one thing I do know about this movie is it's a dark comedy set in space, and the concept of it alone piqued our interest to do a movie review where we actually review a film that has just come out. So yeah, without giving away the ending of the film, that's basically what we got here, and I think we should move on to movie scores.
Crazy.
Movie scores right off rip.
Yeah, right off. Let's get the
do it.
movie scores right out of the way.
Let's get the movie scores out of the way then. Okay,
Who would like to go first?
I want to hear Craig. I don't know what he thinks about the film.
Yeah, let's go with Craig.
I absolutely enjoyed this mainly because of Robert Pattinson. He absolutely sold this movie for me. He was the one reason that I wanted to keep watching. There was a lot of problems with this film. Let's not lie, but he stole this film, just as we said the other week about Alan Rickman. He stole this film.
What's your movie score, Craig?
I would absolutely recommend it. 7.5, 8.
Cool.
Take your pick. I'm glad I went to see it. Right. I don't regret spending my money going to see this film.
Yeah.
Sick. I will I'll hop in here. I'll give it a 7. I enjoyed this movie. I had a lot of laughs throughout this movie. Me and King
I did.
Went to go see it, and there were multiple times throughout the course of this movie where we both were dying laughing. For me, I felt like the movie kind of started off pretty slow, a little bit slower than I think I would have liked. I think there was a little too much explanation with there not being enough explanation, if that makes any sense. But also, I think it was cool to kind of take their time with us getting to know Mickey. I thought that his character, learning who he was pretty fun. I do wish that we had a little bit more of a different variation of Mickey that we will meet later on. But Mickey 18 was an absolute blast. If they would have given him a little bit more screen time, I think I would have bumped it up. And I got my own issues that we'll get into a little bit later in the film of why I ranked it a little bit lower than I think I would have liked to. But I overall had a very enjoyable time watching this movie. I can't tell you the last time I went to a movie and was laughing my ass off out loud. That's a rare thing to find nowadays. It was a very fresh take on a movie. I don't think anyone's tried to attempt anything like this before. So yeah, I had a really fun time. Give it a 7.
All right. Well, that makes 2 of us because I'm going to give it a 7 as well. I really enjoyed this a lot, though. I've always been a sucker for a science fiction film, but a dark comedy in a science fiction setting, I'm definitely game. But as Craig noted, Robert Pattinson makes this film what it is. Yeah. His performance, not only is Mickey 17, but Mickey 18 as well, which had me in Quentin and stitches when we saw it together. 100%. But his performance as both of them, and all the other Mickeys, but they went out pretty quick early in the film. I guess we got to give credit to Mickey 1 through 16, right?
16.
Yeah. But no, his performance is incredible. And most of the performances I thought were great as well. I liked Naomi Akkie's performance as Nasha.
Yeah, she was such a good counterpoint to Robert Pattinson. I thought she was fantastic. Like it was tangible. Like you believe it.
Yeah. But what was I going to say here? So, Robert Pattinson like pretty much makes this film what it is. The CGI was pretty good, pretty creative and interesting as well. I don't know what that if they built that set or what, but most of the film takes place on that ship. I think one of my gripes with it was they didn't really flesh out the ship too much because almost every scene it felt like they used like one or two different rooms, and that made up the entirety of the ship. I don't know if you guys felt that way or not.
Yeah.
You could argue that with Alien, though.
You can, but I think Alien was a bit more creative with the angles and the lighting, you know.
Fair.
But
Well, look at who directed it, and Bong Joon-ho. He's an absolutely fantastic director. He's just
We're
all he's
talking.
done is not.
I think this is my first time I've seen a film of his.
Did he do Parasite too, or no?
Yeah,
I have not seen.
I haven't
Parasite
seen it.
or
I've seen
Snowpiercer.
Parasite.
I want to see Snowpiercer at some point.
Snowpiercer is the one with Chris
fucking
Evans,
hell.
right?
Yeah, Chris
I've
Evans.
heard a lot of good things.
Ed
There's
Harris.
a crazy.
It is so good. It is as good as you are expecting.
Snowpiercer?
Yeah.
I've heard rumors that it's
freaking
a
love that
weird.
film.
I've heard rumors that it's in the same universe as Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. There's some huge conspiracy theory about Snowpiercer and Willy Wonka. Look into that on your own time. I'm like 90% sure I'm thinking of the same thing.
That's a wild conspiracy theory. I've
Yeah,
never
it's
seen.
fair. It's legit. A popular
I've never
fan
heard of
suggests
this.
that Snowpiercer is a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Both movies involve a group of people traveling through a dangerous structure where one person remains after the others are eliminated, and then like the video will break down why. You got to watch the video. I'll send it to you. It's all fucking malarkey, but
That sounds very interesting.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone found.
That's when you know you've got a good conspiracy
stash of
theory because
drugs.
it's fun.
someone
Yeah,
found
it's got some
drugs,
crazy shit
and
in
they
it.
fucking took all of them.
But yeah, Chris Evans, man. As much as like I like him as an actor, I don't think he's the greatest actor. I think he's a fantastic
No, he's not.
Captain
But
America.
he is good. He is so good. Knives Out. I fucking
Knives
love
Out,
him.
he's fun. But that's like him. Like in a not he's
Yeah, it's
like
just
if you've
him
ever
being
seen him in
him.
interviews, that's just him being him. You know.
Nice.
But
I wanted to ask Craig super fast. Did you get a trailer for a movie called Surfer while you were waiting for the movie to start with Nicolas Cage and a surfboard and his son in a town?
I actually think I did. I'm trying to remember because
I think
You
you
would
would remember
remember it.
because
he just has
because
so many
I'm
adverts.
pretty sure he's in Australia
Yeah.
because everyone in the movie is Australian except for Nicolas Cage.
No. I think I did. Cause there was.
Just
one
remind
film
me
I
to
thought-
tell you to watch it later. I don't want to segue too
The-
far off.
Did you get a Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah, Sinners.
Yes.
Yeah, that I went like I want
Yeah.
to see.
I'm gonna have fun watching
looks
that.
Fucking good.
I like Ryan what's his name? Ryan Coogler?
Right, Googler.
Yeah, he's made some fun movies.
That one
wouldn't call
didn't,
him
that
fun,
one didn't
but
look
he's made some
interesting
good
to me.
movies.
But you don't like that kind of shit.
No,
Like,
I don't.
Me and Craig are suckers for that. You throw me a vampire on screen, and I'll be happy. Also, the music with the jazz and that.
You
that
like
is cool.
werewolves, mate. That's your thing. It's werewolves.
No, I know. I like wolves, not the wares.
Oh no. I was
He doesn't like where the wolves are. He just likes the wolves for where they are.
Where are the wolves?
Yeah, I mean, like
I was actually
I'll tell you,
talking to Quentin, but
Oh, I like them both. I'm more of a vampire guy, though. I'm a Robert Pattinson. I would choose Robert Pattinson over the fucking horrible trailer that we watched last week.
who are
over
these
anything.
people?
Who are these people? Let me just make out with this chick
Pigs.
real quick. And then Sigourney Weaver comes out.
Yeah.
It's like the craziest part is it's like the trailer actually looks good, and all the actors that are around this guy, like it's like wow, like I want to see this,
amazing
but then you see
actors.
the lead, and it's like no.
The Sigourney
Check-
Weaver,
check
Doc
out,
Ock from Spider-Man. What's his name?
Anyway, we're drifting.
Yeah, we're drifting so bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah. But let's get back into the about Mickey 17. I want to touch on something, and you always what? What's wrong?
Said go on.
Oh, I thought you said hold on. I'm like, what
Oh,
happened?
no, go on. Sorry, mate. And then I didn't hear what you said back.
Okay.
Moving on.
With we're gonna touch on something here because it's I may have made a mistake in earlier today because me and Captain Quintano watched this film last night in the theater, and today I was curious of how it was being received. So I went around YouTube and started looking at a bunch of movie reviews to see where it landed, which in a lot of ways was not a good thing to do. Because we're going to touch on something which we probably won't touch on, but it's there. It's kind of like the elephant in the room, and it's of course Mark Ruffalo's performance as Kenneth Marshall, which has touched a nerve with some people. But I think we're going to have different takes on this because it's not really going to be like revealing of our politics. It's just going to be revealing of how people see things through a political lens these days. But Mark Ruffalo as Kenneth Marshall, it's being compared to the current president of the United States. And my opinion was that the only thing that really you could compare, the one thing you could make the comparison with is the Trump dance that he does in the when he first gets introduced in the movie, and perhaps everybody wearing the red hats.
Yeah.
But
That, and then there was one scene where his hair, they like one specific, like I'm gonna get the still shot of this eventually. They like tried to make his hair identical to Trump's in one key shot, and yeah,
but
it's not.
It's one of those things you got to be careful when you're mentioning this, because as soon as you mention the guy's name, it's like half the brains that are listening start melting down.
Yeah.
And those are people against him and for him. So, but if you asked me, other than the dance, when I was watching the movie, like I did not see the comparison other than the dance at the beginning. But as I was watching, I remember we were walking out when you mentioned how it was like, yeah, he might have been a little Trumpy there. But I didn't really, other than the dance, I didn't really see it. And here's the thing: if Mark Ruffalo, who we do know is like one of the biggest,
fantastic actor,
and he had a great performance in this movie. By
fantastic,
the way. But it's well documented that he is a big Trump hater, and if this is what he was going for, was basically a mocking of Donald Trump. I think it was a terrible Trump impression because I barely saw it other than the one Trump dance in the beginning he had. I didn't see really. I didn't think he was acting anything like Trump. I might be alone in this.
I mean, I just read when I was looking up a little bit because I wanted to see if it was like more so the director, if it was more so Mark Hamill. I think that what I was reading was that they were also trying to mimic some of the mouth movements of the president. And so they were definitely going for that. I don't think that there's any denying that that's what they were trying to do.
You can't deny that.
Yeah, like, I mean, even if you try to ignore it for, whatever. I just personally, and once again, not revealing my own politics by any means, I just think that politics should be left out of movies. I think that when you go to a movie, especially a sci-fi movie, you are going to escape for whatever it is, an hour and a half, 2 hours. Yeah. You're just going to have a good time and watch a movie, a comedy, whatever it is. And comedy can go in a lot of different routes. We all know that. But with all the chaos that's going on in the world right now, I'm over the politic talk. I'm so beyond over it. I think everyone is just like fucking just let it be for now. It's just annoying that when we're trying to escape, they didn't need to put that in there. They could have just made a character that was completely separate, in my opinion, and just had people walk out of that theater with not thinking about Trump at all. Like, I don't know. I mean, that's just my personal take on it. Slightly bought me out of the movie for a little bit, but you just got to ignore whatever and remember that you are there to watch a movie and to escape for a couple hours. So even though it took me out for a second, you know, it wasn't the end of the world.
Greg?
I've got to say, it was, maybe this is a sort of British sort of perspective of how things are. It was unequivocally let's do a Trump impression and let's make the guy be an asshole. I'm not going to say anything about how I feel about politics because, well, I'm not American for a start, so it doesn't even matter. But
sorry, I converted you to the cult of Muppetism anyway. So,
yeah. Excuse me. I think you'll find I've converted you.
Your entire nation has.
Yes, we all did collectively. I don't want to see it. I don't, and it was unescapable because I'm on the internet. I know what Mark Ruffalo is like. I know what his stance is. The guy fucking hates Trump, and it's inescapable. But I just don't really want to see it. It didn't diminish his performance, and thankfully, it didn't diminish the movie. We still had, you know, absolute outstanding performances from Robert Pattinson and other surrounding cast, and Mark Ruffalo. Because I'm not going to say he's not a good actor. The guy's a fantastic actor.
He's good.
Just leave his shit out of there.
What you just said, what you just said though, it didn't kill the movie for you. Quentin, you mentioned it as well. Watching reviews on YouTube before we're doing our own review. For quite a few people, it did. It did. Especially if you're on the.
It says more about them.
It really does, but it's here's my thing. Like, why the whole Kenneth Marshall character is controversial and why it makes politics so shitty is because it's one or two things. It's either the film or Mark Ruffalo, who's involved in the film, he's playing the character, intentionally made it so it would be like a Trump impersonation. That's one. Now, if it wasn't that, then it's the flip side where the people who are going to see it is making it that. And both of those spectrums absolutely fucking suck.
Yeah,
because it means that you have to see that, like, either the filmmakers or the people going to see the fucking thing have to see it through a political spectrum. And I just think that's such a fucked up mentality to have. Either whether it's going into making a movie
me as
or going to
manipulative.
See it. It is,
and that's just really fucking annoying. I think is the word I've been looking for. Is so simple. It's fucking annoying.
It really is.
I don't want to go to the cinema and fucking be lectured to. Yeah. I want to go to the cinema and just fucking shut my brain off and just go. What can you show me?
So here's another question that I have.
What they showed me was really fucking good.
Right.
I don't know what the tardigrade pillbugs creepers were, but I don't know what that's about.
Ooh.
But because you both, because I other than the dance thing, I was like, nah, this is just some cult leader, like, because if that's what he was going for, that's why I think it was a terrible impression / impersonation of the guy. But because you two both said like you noticed it, but then chose to kind of like shut it out.
Yeah.
Did it still like bother you enough to where you were like,
I ranked it lower because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think too. I think it's manipulative because no matter what, wherever you fall on the craziness, why like you're. I think what they were trying to do when they were trying to, imitate him or whatever the fuck their intention was there is they were trying to point out the worst stereotypes that could be rumored about this person. And I think that they just put it on such a scale to where I think it hits manipulative. Because I mean, if you talk to anyone, people will. I don't want to get too much into this. I'm gonna actually hold off from speaking more on that because I'm gonna hold off.
Okay.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a water.
Alrighty.
I think they pushed it a little bit too far, which is a shame because I don't think most people don't care.
He forgot to turn his mic off. Continue.
Yeah. Most people don't care. It's not something. I wanted to go and see this film. I was genuinely interested. I knew it was Robert Pattinson, and it was a dark humor, which I was really looking forward to because dark humor is kind of my thing. Jesus Christ, you've got a red Solo cup. Could you be more American?
Red Solo.
Apparently, they don't sell red Solo cups in Britain.
Oh no, they do.
Europe.
They call them American cups.
No shot.
You can get them. You can get them on eBay, but they call like you look up American party.
I personally just don't like fucking doing dishes. So if I can use plastic cups and feed all the microplastics into my brain, I'll just do that.
Most American thing ever.
Yeah.
The
dark humor, dude. Since you're touching on it a little bit,
the dark humor on it. I laughed so many times during this film, and I just didn't expect it. It was just something, and it wasn't even like they were trying to be funny. They just fucking hit me, and I was just like fucking howling and I'm in the cinema trying to suppress my laughter.
I think what they did with Mickey 18's character throughout that dark humor that they were throwing in there was all the shit that you're thinking throughout the film with Mickey 17 being a little bitch. You finally get to see someone say, "Hey, you're a fucking pussy." And granted, I'm not agreeing with Mickey 18's perspective on fucking getting that raw oxy and shit like that, but when he was like, "Dude, you're such a bitch," I was just like, "Yeah, fucking tell him." Oh god, because you want to see Mickey 17's character stand up for himself. So
yeah,
bad.
just actually fucking grow a set and fucking smack this fucking twat in the face.
It was kind of cool to show that like there was some symbolism between Mickey 17 and 18. Once he sees Mickey 18 stand up and do the shit, we eventually, as we get to the end of the movie and shit like that, we see a certain scene where Mickey 17, he's like, every time I just need a little bit of courage or whatever the fuck he said. He was just like, I just think of Mickey 18. Mickey 18. I was like, there you go. You got your balls through Mickey 18. I thought that symbolism there was really cool because it was always in him. You just had to fucking see it. Yeah, I thought that was dope, dude.
Yeah, and the expendable as well. Like, I think that's one of the actual taglines of the film is the expendable, which is
no Arnold Schwarzenegger or Jason Statham.
Yeah, there's no Jason Statham.
I was actually thinking about that as the film was progressing. Because they were talking about the whole he isn't expendable, and they say that word so many times throughout the movie. I was like, if this movie wasn't named Mickey something, it probably would have been named the Expendable or something 100%. Like that. So I was thinking maybe they didn't go that route because it would be too probably associated with the Expendables movie.
Willing to bet that that is the name of this film in some, the translated name of the film in some foreign country, like outside of US and UK. But and the fact that you've got this really, how do I put this, like a Rachel Riley level, like hot girl next door.
Oh yeah, she was
the agent who's just talking him into this. Like she's not like Claudia Schiffer, but she's just.
Who are you talking about?
He's talking about the hot neighbor next door.
Yeah,
the brunette white girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you've just got her
or Spanish
talking him
whatever.
Into,
she had an accent.
Into what getting into the so you've read through all this, she, like he's got nothing to lose, so he's literally the end.
Oh, he's talking about the girl that is like associated.
I would have said she was.
I put the gun to his head.
Redhead. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the brunette hot.
Oh no.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, the redhead was hot too.
Yeah, like girl next door, like just that absolute girl next door.
I don't know. She was giving off like fucking the FBI vibes to me.
She's totally got that. If you watch her Reacher, yeah, she's totally got that.
Yeah, anything like that makes my dick soft. Anything that says that you're associated with the government, it deflates my boner immediately.
There's so many jokes I want to make, but I can't.
Why?
Just don't.
Go for it.
Just don't.
No.
Go for it. Do it.
No.
Do it.
Don't.
Sorry, guys. Let's continue.
Oh man, he wrote it in the chat. But anyway, you guys want to touch on some scenes since we kind of touched on a little bit?
Let's do it, dude. I like.
Talk about the creepers.
I like our introduction to Glenn from The Walking Dead. Let me actually say his name because he's fantastic. Steven Yuen. Yuen.
Yeah.
The guy who plays Glenn from The Walking Dead.
I don't know how to say his last name.
It's Steven.
It might be Yuen.
Is that the guy who does the whole?
Steven Yuen.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. Why'd your eyes go? Why did you do that?
I can't help it.
So
was there something in the background? I don't know.
There is when we get introduced to his character, we learn off rip what a fucking scumbag he is. I guess the first time we see him in this, not in a flashback. So at first when we see him, you see him and Mickey are good friends. He definitely gets Mickey into some trouble. But then when we're introduced to him after Mickey 17 has now fallen into the crevasse and he's fucking laying there. He's like, "Oh, thank God you're here." He's like, "Yeah, man." And he's just like all smiles. You think Mickey's about to get saved here, best friend and all. He's like, "Yeah, man. Wow, your flamethrower's in great shape. I'm gonna take this back to the base. You're good though, right?
Yeah,
like you'll just get printed tomorrow. Like, fuck you, dude.
Jinx. Yeah, that is so shitty.
But here's the crazy part is I think that in a futuristic world where that was a thing, that's how the brains would probably go. I think there would be a sense of humanity that gets a little bit lost. I'm not trying to dig super deep here, but I feel like he'd be like, "Yeah, do I really want to go down there into that crevasse where these creatures could potentially be, or not? Like, he'll just get printed tomorrow. Like, no big deal, It's like I really do feel like in that world, I could see a world that we live in, like with that technology, the Expendables truthfully being treated like that. I could totally see that.
Well, he's been reprinted, so to that point, 16 times.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's not like it's like it's deemed as a big deal for society. It's just like,
Yeah, but
all
how
right, just
fucked up is that?
reprint the bitch.
Granted, this is like a sci-fi world that is totally fictional, but it's like I think it's so fucked up that I could see how that would actually happen in our world. I really, really, really do.
I could. Do you know what? I could see. I completely agree with you. I could see that actually happening because people
Desensitized, bro.
Yeah, just if you see it enough, if you see something enough, then it stops having meaning.
Yeah.
Plus, you got all the like corporate interests and stuff. Of course, I could totally see it, especially if
100%.
corporate interests are involved. It's like that. It's like when Bill Burr talks about people in corporations like that. Have you ever seen that bit he had on Conan O'Brien, where he's talking about some guy who like wants to own like all the water in the world?
Oh, it's a bit.
Yeah, he's did like it's when Conan O'Brien still hosted whatever that late night show was, but Bill Burr was interviewing Bill Burr on one of those. He had him on as a
Love
guest.
Bill Burr. He's so
he's
fucking funny, bro.
He's talking about some corporate CEO guy that like wants to own all the water. And he's like, yeah, what if we own all the water and then everybody has to pay for it? It's like, if you see somebody like that getting their hands on this tech, oh, you can, I can totally see it. Like,
100%.
well, what if we just everybody's going to die. Well, what if we just reprint all the people? You know?
Yeah, just all you think about is the bottom line. But dude. Well, Conan O'Brien. I haven't watched the Oscars because I don't care.
I don't care about the Oscars.
It's bullshit. It's all bullshit.
But the fact that they had Conan O'Brien on and it wasn't fucking Jimmy Kimmel again, thank fuck.
Yeah, I like Conan. I've never liked Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah,
even when he was on the Man Show, which is a '90s show. But who was the other guy? Adam Carolla. But yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it was Adam Carolla on the Man Show. God, I am so American indoctrinated.
Just more proof that you guys get all of our programming, but we get almost none of yours.
Hey,
I don't think I've ever seen. Gods and Omens on Prime. I heard is pretty good. That's UK, right?
Yes, that is. That's Michael Sheen and David Tennant.
I've heard really good things about that show.
You know what you should do? You should get something called if you want to get into stuff.
I do, because sometimes I'm like
box.
The BritBox.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever been in a BritBox.
It's basically like a streaming service, just like Max or Netflix or whatever. But it's all British
or just
programs from like the past 50 years.
I'd be down. You guys could definitely.
Yeah, but we don't want to tell.
Yeah,
what the method is because we follow all internet laws. Yeah.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, but dude, there were parts in this film where me and Quentin were literally.
Fuck is this on my chin?
I don't know.
Sorry.
That's the BritBox.
that's my.
No, truthfully, whatever you're pointing out, you can't see it, so you're fine.
No,
you can't see it from this angle.
Mate, that's syphilis. That's what it is.
Jesus Christ!
Got it from Mel Gibson.
There.
Oh my god!
You can't hit a 2-for-1. That's not fair.
Yeah, that's no. Boo!
Cancel out.
Boo!
I'm sure we can find Mel Gibson somewhere in this movie.
You had the perfect one for syphilis, but with the Mel Gibson, and we're mulliganing that one because Mel Gibson needs to be brought up at
Mulligan Gibson.
Yeah, I mean, if you really want to throw Mel Gibson in there, you could have said Mark Ruffalo was trying to channel Donald Trump and ended up as Mel Gibson instead.
Old Mel Gibson. I'm pretty sure he's reformed now. There we go. Thanks, Brian.
So are we saying Donald Trump doesn't like Jews now?
I don't know. How many times can we say his name before we get a strike on the channel?
Oh no! It'll boost your numbers up if you talk about him.
Heard.
That's just you don't know if you would want that or not.
Fair.
Because the mere mention of his name like melts down half the brains that are watching whatever he's being
It
talked
does,
about on.
and it's it's just depressing because.
And I'm not
Regardless
talking
of what I
about
think.
one half of people. I'm talking about the people
The
who hate
collective
him
everyone.
and the people who worship him.
Yeah.
It's both ways.
It's just depressing that.
And people,
That's
normal
the
people like
state
us,
that
are in the
we're
middle
in.
going like, Jesus Christ.
Can we just fucking not have this and just deal with
Yeah.
shit normally? It's
There's a scene. I don't know. Does anyone have a scene they want to talk about? Because I know one in particular that had some good laughs that I want to talk about.
Go for it.
When they're imprisoned, it's Mickey 17, 18, and what's her name?
Nasha.
Nasha. That fucking scene was pure gold. We again get the return from Glenn from The Walking Dead, Stephen Yang, or however we pronounce that. And he comes in and he's like, hey, man, it really fucking sucks. But I got this letter. The guy from Back on Earth, he's sending an associate to fucking kill me. Like, I need to brutally murder you. I need to cut you up specifically into at least 13 different pieces. But you got to do this for me, man. Because, you just get reprinted and it'll be fine. I just need to chop you up in fucking 13 plus pieces. And I need to record it all so that way this old fuck can wank off to it back on Earth.
Dude, wait. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I just wanted to throw in there also that he had a fucking diagram of how he was going to do it. That diagram of the 13 pieces. I was dying. I was like, holy
dual
shit.
chainsaw that is straight out of a Sam Raimi movie.
It is.
Straight out of a Sam Raimi movie.
That is out of like Army of Darkness or something.
Literally. Oh, can't wait. Yeah, dude, that fucking scene. I really wish I could play this scene again. I just remember dying at the do it. We had Emperor Palpatine made a little
do it, and then they shoved that thing up his nose.
Yeah, he fucking shoves the opium up his fucking nose, and he goes, do it, fucking kill him. Oh, no, this is after they break out. I'm not doing a good job at describing this scene, Brian, if you want to help me out a little bit here. So basically, they break out. Mickey 18 ends up convincing Stephen Yuen, or one of the guards, to come closer to the jail cell. He's like, you release me, you kill me instead, which is not Mickey 18's character. Mickey 18 would have been like, yeah, fuck yeah, you kill that fucking pussy, But in this,
I think all three of us. I think one of the main reasons we enjoyed this movie so much is because all three of us appreciate how funny psychopaths can be. And Mickey 18 is pure psychopath.
Pure psychopath. If he was on Earth, he would have been the murderer.
Guy's unhinged. He's fucking off his rocker, mate.
Which is so crazy because when you're speaking about these characters, and it's a testament to Robert Pattinson's acting abilities, but when you're talking about these two characters, you're literally talking about them as if they're two different people because of how well everything from the voice to the mannerisms of Robert Pattinson when he switches in a fucking instant, or however they shot this, I don't know. But to see his character come out, it's two different people. It's so cool. It honestly reminded me of Split with James McAvoy and his different performances. It was just top tier. But to get back into this scene, he gets him forward. Naisha, or whatever her name is, ends up, she's out. She's got the guy. She's got a fucking double chainsaw in her hand. She's getting ready to mow his face or do whatever with it. And you have Mickey 17. You have Mickey 17 saying, "No, don't kill him." And quickly switches scene to Mickey 18 holding onto the cage like this. Do it, fucking do it. Kill the motherfucker. Like complete psychopath, man. Oh my god, what a gem that was.
I think the scene that I liked even more than that one was the whole showdown with the rock when they brought the big rock in and they cut it.
Yep.
And Mark Ruffalo as Kenneth Marshall is like standing in front of making a speech, and then all of a sudden one of the what is it? The creepers, right? They're called creepers.
Creepers.
Yeah, one of the creepers comes out of the rock, and it causes absolute chaos. And in the middle of the chaos, you see a shot of the crowd, and then it's unfocused. But then as as it and it's slow motion. As it focused, you see Mickey 18 coming through the middle of all of them, and he's about to blow Kenneth Marshall's brains out.
Oh yes.
And
the music in that scene was gold too, dude.
It was so, dude. The look on his face, I was dying. Because by the way, in an earlier scene when Mickey 18 is first revealed, and he tried to kill Timo, by the way, throw him down that little
Timo. That's
no, he did. He didn't try. He fucking put his soul into that effort.
Right.
He was
But one of the things
like itching a scratch to murder.
Yeah, one of the things about that scene too is like because on one of the monitors. Kenneth Marshall shows up on the thing, and immediately 18 is like, "I gotta kill him."
Grabs the fucking.
What is he saying? Doesn't he say like "fuck this guy"?
Oh yeah, he goes, "Fuck him, fuck this guy."
Is that what he's like fucking take his hands out when he's like, just gripped onto the like some little ledge before he falls in the lava?
Yeah,
it's oh man.
Yeah, talk about home. His finger strength was crazy, bro.
Yeah,
Steven Yang.
He's got the finger strength of Frodo.
Staying there for like fucking 10 minutes. There's a lot of grip strength. You got the teeth grip strength on fucking Naisha. I mean, granted, she has some big ass teeth. Yeah, she got some big ass teeth. I get that, but like, she was holding on to that fucking little creeper for dear life.
Well, we saw her in bed. She's got the mouth skills, you know. We know that much.
There's an actress, Toni Collette. Collette, thank you.
Collette, yeah.
Fuck me. She is.
You know what? This is the weird thing, because let's not beat around the bush. He was clearly Donald Trump. I thought she was Hillary Clinton.
Really? Okay.
That's what it seemed like.
Does Hillary Clinton
you know what's funny
Frost?
after you mentioned that? You know what's really funny after you mentioned that? I can see that more than I can see Mark Ruffalo as
interesting.
Trump. So that actually was a really good throw out there.
Bitchy. Bitchiness about you know, like
entitled.
She's so it's just
careful,
so
gentlemen, careful.
And,
about what?
Dude, I'm fucking English. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, but if you want the truth, both of those politicians really, they both seem entitled. Almost every politician out there seems entitled.
You gotta hold yourself at a certain.
Yeah, they absolutely. And you know what? Said it so many times. Said it in messages on King Boomer's channel. You don't fucking care. We don't.
Yeah, we're good.
Just we don't fucking care.
Preach. She was great in this film. She's
great. She's been
sick
so good.
Fuck. She goes, yeah, just get their fucking tails, like chopping off the tails. You see her like smiling, like nothing is wrong, making a sauce with it. Try the sauce.
Try the sauce.
Try the sauce.
Here's
She's
a
a
new
fucking
sauce,
freak, dude. If you've ever seen her, I know you're not a horror fan, but if you've ever seen her in Hereditary, there was a certain scene where
I have. She
best acting
so
actress
good.
Performance in the last decade is done in one scene with her. She's fucking incredible. But she's
so creepy in this.
She's freaky looking. She's meant to play either psychopaths or like a horror character. She's a little freaky looking.
I think she's pretty. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I think she's pretty, but she's got that
Jack Nicholson psycho vibe.
Yeah.
She got a little Jack Nicholson in her.
I'll tell you what. I thought.
Jack Nicholson in her. That's not good. That's not good.
Guy, I'm going to say this. I thought Robert Pattinson was really fucking handsome in this. Just watching.
There's no straight way of saying that. What do you mean?
I thought he was really.
That's like watching Brokeback Mountain. I mean, like, yeah, I'm totally straight, but like the cheeks on Jake Gyllenhaal, man,
dude, you were upset
so
that
firm,
Brokeback Mountain wasn't a bloody X-rated film.
bro. I'd love to see that shit in
that
IMAX.
shit.
Bring it to IMAX, bro. I'll be there.
Yeah, I know you would.
No, but that was actually crazy. But like, as a straight man, damn, was Robert Pattinson handsome as fuck.
No, I didn't say. I thought he was handsome. I'm fine saying
that's not how you said it,
dude. I think
you're
Hugh Jackman is very handsome.
All right, let's double down on it. Let's do it.
He said he was a straight man, but then he was seduced by the handsome looks of a young gentleman.
Two young gentlemen.
Oh man,
Quentin, you're just annoyed. It wasn't you that fucking turned me. So,
I've never,
fair.
it's interesting though. I've never, because I've never been shy about saying if a guy's handsome looking.
Nothing wrong with that.
But Robert Pattinson, like,
it doesn't strike me as a super.
Doesn't strike me as a super handsome guy.
Especially in this movie, bro. It's fucking.
I think
they were fucking saws.
Maybe it's not. He's not in my taste. I don't know.
Is he not your taste of man?
I guess not. You know who my taste of man is? Mel Gibson. That's my taste of man.
Is that where we're putting it in? Yes.
I hope Mel Gibson finds his channel.
I double dipped.
I hope he finds his fucking channel one day.
I do, dude.
All right, let's get back into some scenes with the movie. I mean, I really, really wish my memory was a bit better because, like, I'm having trouble remembering scenes, and that's really annoying because there wasn't a moment. I didn't even go to piss while this movie was playing.
Same. I had exactly the same issue. Exactly what you just said.
Yeah. Did anyone else feel like the movie had a little bit of a slow start? Or did you think that it was just good setup for the film?
I kept checking. I knew what time the film was supposed to finish, and I just kept checking my phone. I was like, fucking hell, this film is going on a long time.
Which is never a good feeling to have when you're watching a film, I feel like.
No, it's not. Genuinely, though, in the film's defense, I wanted a vape. I think a lot of it might have been that. But yeah, there was a lot. I was like, fucking hell, how much longer?
Yeah.
But no, this like the creepers as well. Like tardigrades.
They were cool. I like them.
Tardigrades. Quentin, you're very fast at typing. Tardigrades.
Tardigrades.
Yeah, yes. Don't type the wrong thing. I know what you're thinking. Tardigrades or water bear. If you put,
I know what a water bear is. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah,
tiny little microscopic thing with.
What is it? Tardy what?
Tardigrade.
Dude, Quentin,
Tardigrade?
you need to stop doing that, man. You keep sending me messages in the private chat, and like, I'll start laughing, and the people, whoever's watched this is like, why is he laughing?
Jesus fucking Christ, Quentin!
Like you can't do inside jokes on a fucking internet show, man.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much. I mean they have to be based off of this creature, the tardigrade.
Tardigrade, yeah, the tiny little water bear, and but
they
it wasn't
also
that, and you call them pill bugs, I think.
It looks like a
labs.
really fat uncircumcised penis is what this thing looks like. A tardigrade.
Craig, is this the same thing as a water bear?
Yeah, the tardigrade water bear, same thing.
Looks like the same thing. Yeah. Okay.
But also you've got the demidogs from Stranger Things.
Oh, the demigorgons.
Demigorgons. So they've got that mouth that opens like
the fuckers from Blade 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly like that. Mr. Red Solo Cup. Yeah, just that mouth opening, but then
Or Predator.
Exactly. But all of a sudden, like they're now intelligent and like
and smart and Mosquito.
Where you get attacked?
Mosquito, yeah. Fucking hate mosquitoes.
I do
fucking
too.
hate them,
I
bro.
do too.
That's
when I'm like Mickey 18. Do it.
fucking murder them all, dude. I'm so sorry, Craig. You were just saying something and it brought up a point on the same conversation.
It was so it's like a mixture of the water bears, the pill bugs, and the demigorgons, with their mouth. It was just like literally a hybrid of them, and it was just a bit of a what the freaking hell is going on here? And then all of a sudden they're super intelligent.
Yes. So their intelligence. I loved how they were fucking with the Mickeys, and they were like, yes, we make this crazy noise, and then the high pitched noise, and like your heads will.
That is one of the things that made me fucking laugh my ass off.
And at the end of the film, is it legit?
When he just
at the end of the film, they're like, yeah, is it legit? Like, could you guys actually do that? And then the little one like crawls up and it does it, and the little fucking sea bears, whatever, they were just fucking with the Mickeys the whole time. They couldn't do that. They couldn't blow up their heads. That shit had me dying, dude. I really like those little fuckers.
They were very, very cute. They pulled off cute, imaginary hybrid animals. They
pulling off hybrid animals.
They pulled it off. Yeah, they were very cute. I thought they were very cute.
I was being dirty. I apologize.
Yet
again.
That is your MO.
I'm gonna fucking lose it in 2 seconds, bro.
Maybe you have a door open that you don't.
No, I feel like this is what meth addicts do all day. Like when a mosquito comes around, I turn into a meth head and I just start fucking rubbing my arms frantically. All right. What do you want to talk about here, Brian?
How about something that I'll bring up to you guys, or I'll let you guys fly with it. How about things you didn't like about the film, because we haven't really touched on any of that.
The slow start for me, obviously the political aspect that I think that they were heavily trying to incorporate into this. I just don't like anything that takes me out of a film. For Brian, it could be a fart in a cave. You'd love that. For me, the biggest distraction is shit that I don't want to fucking talk about or deal with. And this film just had to insert itself in that way. With that shit, and it was just annoying more so. Honestly, the craziest part is I came out of that movie like loving it, and it was just like a slight irritation, but the more I talk about it and the more of now how I see that the world is viewing it is like even more annoying that people give that much of a fuck about. Now I feel like I'm falling into that characteristic of now I'm like, what the fuck? And it's like, it's annoying. It's a nuisance.
You're one of them.
But I'm like normally not, and it didn't affect me when I was like watching the film, but it's after I came out, and now that us three are sitting down talking about it, I'm starting to realize how much it is actually irritating me. And it's like every time Mark Ruffalo's character gets brought up now, it's like just annoying. Like not coming from you guys, it's annoying, but it's like, now, unfortunately, I'm viewing it as such because I feel like the world may be giving it more attention. I don't know if that makes sense.
I know.
Toni Collette as well. And she is a fucking fantastic actress. But
She's great.
Just her character for all of this, just making things worse.
What do you mean? Oh, with the Hillary thing you were saying?
Yeah.
I didn't get that at all.
Now that Craig mentioned it, I can see it a little bit, but I don't want to
every scene she was in, she was trying to, like, she was dominating and telling him what to say, what to do. This is how you feel, and she said that
but like
bitchiness.
Oh, I can't fucking say certain things, and that's so infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
You can say it, and we can
what do you guys not like about the film? I'm sorry, Craig.
You know what? Here's something about, and this is on a science fiction because I'm wait, I'm reading Quentin's message again. Sorry, the latest one, because I thought maybe he sent another one, and then it's just the one from like 8 minutes ago. But no, because I love science fiction, but there was a part that really bothered me about it, and it was the aspect of the story too. Do you guys remember how like if there's like 3 or 4 different characters who ask Mickey straight up and about how like what it's like to die, and then he doesn't really give you an answer.
Like
I-
all 10 times.
They just keep asking him and asking him.
And then when there's an
Yeah.
opportunity for him to actually say it, he like just dabbles in. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't
does
do
he?
it. He doesn't do it.
Yeah.
But I thought it would have been incredibly interesting if they explored that a little bit.
Yeah,
But they
agreed.
didn't. They didn't do it. They just left it alone. And with
He-
you know, and
he seems to
it's not that
accept
I'm
it.
expecting this. It's not that I was expecting it to be like a extremely thought-provoking movie. Like I went into it thinking this is going to be a dark comedy. Let's have some fun. But it's set in a science fiction setting, so maybe there might be a couple of interesting things. But this is not going to be, like a major philosophical film or anything like that. But if they wanted to go in that a little bit, there was your opportunity right there with asking him what it's like to die, and he actually tries to give you an answer,
Yeah,
and you
And then the
explore
girl.
that a little bit. So I didn't like that a little bit. I thought that maybe they should have explored that at least a little bit.
He
That's good to
accepts it a
mention.
little too well. That's one thing I will say about that film.
well, because he
Yeah.
also knows that he's going to be bought back. But then we
Yeah,
start to
he's going
see
to be
his
brought back, but
character-
self-preservation. Just, I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah.
I don't.
I personally didn't like how Mickey 18 went out because he didn't need to die. Like I know he's fucked
What-
up,
the-
but like, yeah, like the bomb, like you could have just fucking killed him. You know what I mean? And like had that be that. But I guess that's like the movie aspect.
I
And then-
actually understood that because
you think it's because of the multiple thing?
No, I think it was actually because this psychopath in Mickey 18, he actually does at the very end. He does the
The
noble
Honorable
thing and
thing.
saces
Yeah.
himself.
But
So it's like the one time.
Has that
it
one
was.
moment of
It
hon-
was.
of honor.
Craig will appreciate this. It was his face turn moment.
Yeah, it was, he turned face
Turned
at the
into
end,
the hero,
and
yeah.
he fucking hits that. He hits that button, and that's it. And yeah,
So I got that.
and I didn't leave the film. I didn't leave the cinema thinking, "Wow, that guy was an asshole."
Yeah,
I left the film
psychopath.
thinking,
Yes, asshole. Maybe not.
no, those two things are not mutually exclusive. They you can have both. We've all known people who are addicts for something, and it doesn't make them a bad person. It just means they've got a flaw. That's
Depending
sort
on
of,
the addiction.
That's an
okay,
argument
yeah,
for another
okay,
day,
yeah.
though, yeah.
I know exactly where you're going with that.
Sorry.
But yeah,
Anything else
but in
you guys
general,
didn't like about it?
didn't like. It could. Do you know what it could have done with being 15 minutes shorter? I'm gonna say.
Yeah, like we didn't need that weird dream sequence that was like him. Like he could have just been like at the end of the movie, he could have been like, I learned this, through Mickey 18. That dream sequence like took me out of it. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. And I was like, is she actually alive? Like it was just weird for the sake of weird.
I'm glad you
You
brought
know?
that up. I didn't like that scene either, and it's not because because I was thinking. I've seen online where there's people speculating that scene had much more meaning than it did. I don't. I think it was just like a throwaway. Like, oh, Mickey 17 is like losing it a little bit.
Yeah.
Having like a little
Mental breakdown.
dream, yeah, a little mental breakdown type of dream kind of thing. Yes, I don't think there was any deep thought into that scene at all. But who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I could be wrong.
You could be. Yeah, just the political stuff. Take it out. But it was a really good film.
Yeah.
It was genuinely a really
Craig,
good
what
film.
did you rate it again? I can't remember.
8.5.
Yeah,
8.5. Okay.
yeah. It's a 7, a strong 7 or an 8. And yeah, I would absolutely recommend it. Yeah.
So would I. So would I. Dude, there were parts in this that had me and Quentin dying.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure I had a guy sitting to my right of me. I don't know why he just moved because there's only 8 people in the theater that night. But he sat right next to me, and then Quentin's on my other side. But I was like, because Craig, you've seen me on video fucking laughing. I move all over the place. And the
Yeah.
guy to my right, I'm pretty sure was like kind of mad about it because
Oh no!
I think I was pissing everyone off around me because I've got the same jiggly leg that Quentin has. So
Oh yeah, that ADD, bro.
my leg was going like the clappers, like all the way through it, and there was a couple of times I fucking burst out laughing at this film.
It's hard not to.
And I could hear people behind, like there was a couple behind me, the girl next to me, just fucking laughing, and I was like, I want to know what they're fucking. Like she'd say something to her partner. I was like, I really want to know what you're saying because I am just wondering what you think about how much I'm laughing at this. Because it was always the dark stuff. It was the darkest.
And that's the fucked up part. Like you kind of like there were times where I wasn't supposed to laugh. You know what I mean?
Same.
But you
like
did.
when she cuts off the fucking tail, like it's like I'm like laughing because she's so fucking psychotic.
Oh, she.
But like everyone else, like I felt like the theater, granted only 8 people, but I felt bad when I laughed at that because I was like, this bitch is insane. I'm thinking and I'm laughing, but everyone else is probably like, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah. This is wrong.
but it's dark humor, you know? And
Yeah,
it's
but
to be
that's
appreciated
my
by specific people. Yeah.
that is my humor.
Agreed. Same here, bro.
You know what? One of the most genius things I thought was of this. Well, not maybe the movie, but of a particular part because 17 and 18. When 18's revealed, they have their little showdown in the furnace area or whatever part of the ship that is, and then 18 runs off with Nasha.
Oh,
And then,
go fuck, yeah.
and there's like for 10 minutes, we don't see them. And Mickey's 17 is dealing with other shit that's happening.
The dinner and
The dinner
and the parrot suit.
and the
suit.
girl that's the next door that has a crush on him. So for 10 minutes, I don't know about you, but those whole 10 minutes, I was like, dude, those 18 and Nasha are just doing some diabolical shit in that room right now.
It kind of infuriated me from like
she seemed down for it. She.
Oh yeah, there's not a normal character in this movie. So like, there's
right. Okay, so
she was she was definitely down.
There's one. The scientific little chick. I liked her character.
Oh, with the glasses.
The one that created the voice translator thing for the creepers.
She was normal, but then at the same time, you also have to think that she's performing all these horrific experiments on the expendable Mickey. So then it's like, I guess now that takes some normalism.
Yeah,
out.
but I don't know. But she's the one thing she does do is she seems like she's the one that cares.
Yeah.
And then we find out later that actually Nasha, or Nasha, whatever.
Naughty Nasha?
Naughty Nasha, yeah.
Yeah.
But that I really liked that reveal scene where they show how kind she actually is when Mickey not 17, but one of the Mickeys at some point is dying, and she's like, nobody's in there with him. Like, what's wrong with you? And then she goes in there and holds. Yeah,
something that I was expecting, and I was so happy it didn't happen. Was I thought at the start of the movie when Mickey, you have his inner monologue or whatever, and he's like, yeah, I've been with Nasha or whatever her name is for 4.5 years. I thought they were going to get to a point where they broke up because of how his job is and how it affects her. And I thought that they were going to go in a direction that way.
She's such a high performer.
Well, yeah, well, that like she's on top, so to speak. You know, she's boss bitch. She's a high performer. So I thought there was going to be a point where like she left him and he was all alone, and I was so happy that isn't what happened, and that she just is stuck. She sticks with him, and I love that.
Completely believe them as well. There was no part that I thought, she's not actually in love with it. They're not in love with each other. The whole time, completely believed it. And
I was shaky a little bit when
nice.
They had the when fucking she's about to try to get it on with 17 and 18. I was like, dude, she's gonna ditch 17 for 18 because he's wild.
Yeah. It made me a little scared.
Yeah, it did me too.
The new guy comes in and he's all,
and not only that, it's gonna be fucking 18. Like, how bad are you gonna feel for 17? Because 18 is just this fucking wild house.
Yeah, that
18 was a rock star.
Brian said it perfectly.
He's a rock star with all the drugs.
Diabolical. Diabolical is the best way.
Oh my god, dude! That whole 10 minutes where he was, because Nasha and 18 went off together, and poor 17 is like getting killed during dinner, and what was the other thing? He's got that girl who has a crush on him, even when she's still mourning her partner's death. In a previous scene, and I'm just thinking the whole time, like,
she's just getting railed.
Dude, she is getting clapped by 18 in like every type of way you can think of.
In every hole.
And for 17, it's out there having like the worst time of his life.
Oh God.
I'll tell you, one thing I want to bring up is the start of the film. When they tell him to take his glove off, and I can't remember what hits his hand, but then you just see his hand float across like the window of like the spaceship. I was fucking laughing my back off just watching this bloody hand. Just it's been
that got me pretty good too. Yeah,
I was pissing myself.
Here's something.
Did comedy so well.
Yeah, it's speaking of that, because I was just going to transition into that a little bit. What do you guys think of having a comedy in a science fiction setting? I thought it.
I liked it a lot.
Worked.
I think that there should be more of it. Actually,
facts.
Yeah.
Sorry, I missed that. I was talking over you.
Oh, I said I think there should be more of that, like a comedy set in a science fiction setting.
It's prime.
It opens the door
for
so
a
lot.
Much space.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think science fiction purists might have a problem with it because there are.
Fuck off.
Yeah, but I know there's some science fiction purists out there like just want to keep it about thought-provoking stuff and.
Oh yes,
it
has to be.
I saw one review about like that today, and I was like, "Oh, dude, just give it a rest and have some fun."
It's an original idea. It's a fresh take. Be happy.
Yeah,
this movie was really fresh. This was one of the freshest experiences I had in a while.
Again,
totally agree.
Just going to the cinema and watching something like this, total breath of fresh air. Yeah, I thought it dragged on a little too long at the end, but that didn't diminish anything. And like I know I banged on so much about Alan Rickman before. Robert Pattinson is getting the same freaking accolades from me here. He is so good in this.
We don't say that word.
If he keeps doing this, this lad will be.
I don't think he's had a miss in a while. I could be mistaken there, but
he did that 9/11 film.
About 9/11, like the terrorist attacks.
Yeah. So, well, essentially, it's not about 9/11, but right at the end of the film, it's the camera pulls out, and he's in one of the
You can spoil it for
office-
me because I'm probably not going to watch it.
yeah, cool.
I don't like
he's-
watching movies about 9/11. It's
He's
fucking
in one of the.
trash.
He's in one
I
of the
fucking
office
lived.
blocks
I lived
in-
it, so it's like it's one of those things.
He's in one of the office blocks. Like he's in one of the trade centers. So as the end of the film is, it pulls out, and like right before a plane comes in. So he's going, whatever the whole film was, that story, the end of it is
Yeah,
plane.
There is a
So
movie.
that sounds like a horrible
that's-
movie.
That's one by one. But on the whole, the guy is gone. It's like he's gone overboard to try and get rid of the Twilight stench. Like, he just doesn't want to be associated with that anymore. He wants to be seen as a serious actor, and the guy is fucking doing a brilliant job. So,
I think somebody there's multiple videos that I've seen on that particular subject about Robert Pattinson. How 15 years ago, all of his fans were female, and today all of his fans are male.
Yeah, that is a fact.
Which is actually, it feels true. Yeah.
he's fucked off Twilight big time.
Here's the thing, though. Me and Craig, no, not Craig. Sorry. Me and Captain Quintano here in particular. Like, we've been Pattinson fans for a while now.
Yeah.
We've seen
I've
him
been
in several
Pattinson
things,
for a long time.
and so that makes three of us. But I feel like the people who are fans of him now, just kind of discovered him since Batman.
I
stuff,
get
but-
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
Yeah.
He probably looked at the Batman role and was like, all right, here's a chance to prove myself to everyone. Because Batman, people are going to go to the
Right.
theaters to see it, But he did, for a long time, he's been doing A24 films,
Right.
which is a smaller studio. But now, even in recent years, A24 has blown the fuck up because of how
Oh, yeah,
because they're doing
creative.
they're making such great movies. They're
Truthfully,
they're like the only one that's consistently making pretty good movies, man.
I even enjoyed that Civil War movie that came out. It's literally titled Civil War. The chick who plays Mary Jane from
Craig
Sam
James,
Raimi
not Craig James,
Spider-Man? I enjoyed that
Dunst.
movie. I thought the ending was kind of
Kirsten
fucking
Dunst.
trash. The what?
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst, yes. But yeah, man, I remember the Robert Pattinson. There was a movie that came out on Netflix. It was a Netflix exclusive movie. It was called The Devil All the Time, I think is it. It has Tom
Is that
Holland.
the one
in
with
it.
Tom Holland in it, right? Yes.
Yeah, and Robert Pattinson plays a preacher, a creepy preacher who's banging, the kids at the place. But it was I remember seeing him in a role where it was so out of character. And there was another A24 movie where he plays a sketchy guy on the streets, but he continuously takes roles that is so far away from the Twilight shit. And he challenges himself. He's pushing himself really fucking hard, man.
And it's working.
He's doing so great.
He's fantastic. I can't praise him enough. He's
Preach.
amazing.
I said it to you too off camera. If he keeps going, he's our next Gary Oldman.
Yeah. That's a big statement too, but I hear you there, man.
To touch on the Batman thing that you said, Quentin, you think he did that to really hit a broad
He probably did it
audience?
for the love of the film. I don't personally think he gives a fuck about what the world thinks.
He doesn't. He has shown that on interviews. He does not give two fucks.
I don't even think he
I
watches
love that about him.
any things that talk about him or interviews where people speak about him. I don't think he watches any of that shit. He doesn't listen to the noise.
He
You know what I mean?
He's like the Keanu. He's got that Keanu vibe about him,
He is like a British Keanu Reeves.
right?
That's a really good comparison. He's because is Keanu Reeves on Twitter? No. Do you think Robert Pattinson's on Twitter? No.
Yeah. But the
Right,
one thing
and
I
trust
did,
me.
one more thing I want to touch about the Batman thing, though, is because I remember when he was first cast to be the next Batman, and so many people were bitching about it, and I feel like when it
And they
got
were
brought up
wrong.
in conversations,
Okay.
I was the only one who was like, I think he's going to do a good job because I've seen his work that he's done in the past 7 or 8 years, and it's good. So I think he's going to pull it off. And
Okay,
Great
that's
fucking
just-
movie.
That's just Batman, though. Come on, right? Michael Keaton. Everyone, like even Brian is too young to remember this, but everyone was bitching. Oh, we've got this comedy actor as Batman,
I've heard about the noise of that. Yeah,
right?
my brother
Then-
remembers that. Yeah,
That's the
Then-
curse of the Batman, though, because even with Christian Bale, they thought he was too skinny, right?
Yeah,
And then he
Christian,
bulks up.
Christian Bale. He's not an American. He's Welsh, London guy, depending on
His
how you
accent's
feel.
weird, man.
doesn't he have like a Cockney accent though?
It's so strange.
He was
Or
born
is-
in he was born in Wales. He was raised in London. He considers himself English, but he was born in Wales. But I was born in Germany, so what the fuck can I say?
Right? Yeah, it's
And then you've got and how good was Christian Bale? How amazed was everyone?
He's my
Christian
favorite.
Bale?
he's my
And
favorite.
then you've got Heath Ledger.
Yeah, but he's not
as the
Batman. He's
Joker.
Joker.
No, but as the Joker, everyone went, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Heath Ledger,
That was another one where I was like, okay, let's see what he
I'm-
does because he's good.
and
you
he's good. No, he blew everyone out the water. It was
Yeah.
fuck. I remember going to see that with my mates from work. It was astonishing. We were fucking gobsmacked when we.
Oh,
came
it
out
was
of
an
that.
event. If you actually go back and just think about like when Dark Knight came out, like I went to see it in the theaters twice. I wanted to see it more, but I just.
Do
was
you
up
know
to other things.
if they re-released that, I'd go and see it again.
Oh,
I
why
would-
wouldn't you? Hell yeah. Any Nolan movie I would see in theaters again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
any Nolan movie.
I mean,
I'm
we
there.
just did it 2 months ago with Interstellar.
Interstellar, that's right.
Except Tenet.
Crazy.
No, I would
So-
not see Tenet in theater again.
Hot-
The other with
That was it, but
the only time a Batman got cast, and I was like, dude, what the fuck was Ben Affleck?
actually
His
thought he did a
acting,
great
like
job.
I've never been much of a fan. I will say this for Ben Affleck though, he's much better behind the camera. Behind the camera, he's an excellent
What did
director.
he do? He did Argo.
Argo,
Yes, he did.
Gone
Argo.
Baby Gone.
And also it was him and Matt Damon that did
A baseball movie.
Good Will Hunting. And
Good Will
Yeah, but that's
Hunting.
old. That's when he was
that
fresh.
is
yeah.
one of my
That was him and Matt
favorite
Damon.
films.
I don't think they
They
directed
wrote
it
the
though.
script.
But
Yeah, they just wrote the
They
script.
wrote it. They also, I think they also wrote I think I'm the only one who's seen this, but they wrote Air, which came out a couple of years ago.
Oh,
That was
wait,
the
they
Michael
did,
Jordan.
Yeah, the Michael Jordan.
film.
It was about
Yeah,
Michael
yeah.
Jordan signing with Nike. Yeah.
Didn't they write the script for the Ridley Scott movie, the one that's in 3 parts, The Last Duel? Didn't they write
I
the
don't
script
know.
for that?
I wouldn't be surprised
no,
if they had a hand in giving
in the
suggestions.
background
though,
of it.
you know?
But he was in it. Affleck was in it. It was Affleck
was.
and
I
Yeah, it was
actually thought
uh,
Affleck was pretty good in that. Actually,
The screenplay was Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
yeah. So,
For
but
The
he was
Last
in
Duel.
it, and it was oh god, who's your guy? Fucking new Darth Vader. What's he called?
Oh, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, Kylo Ren.
Driver, Adam Driver.
Adam Driver. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Sorry, my brain just.
And he's not the new Darth Vader. He's garbage Kylo Ren.
Yeah, I know.
You ever fucking compare him to Darth Vader again? You
He's
scumbag.
dude.
Right,
He-
but did you know
He's
who
a
I
little-
Sorry,
he's an
Craig
angry
just
brat.
triggered me.
I
Craig
got
just
my
triggered
point
me.
Angry
across.
brat.
He just triggered me. You know why? Because in that fucking movie, The Force Awakens, he is the new bad boy on the block, right? He is supposed to be the current Darth Vader, and in the first movie he loses to a person who picked up a lightsaber for the first time. What in the next? Why should I believe that in the next 2 movies anybody has any problem whooping this guy?
Because he takes his shirt
There is
off
no
and
fear
falls
factor
in
with
love
this guy
with him.
anymore. Get him out.
He takes his shirt off.
He literally spent 20 years training under both Luke Skywalker and fucking Dark Force fetus to come together to just get his ass whooped by some chick who just picked up a lightsaber for the first time. It was hot,
come on,
flaming,
You then brands yourself as a
garbage.
Skywalker. Fucking bullshit.
Well, that's
hey,
later, but
if
I
I-
didn't even watch that movie.
If I could take the piss out of a fucking British actress in a bloody Star Wars film, then you can, right? Daisy Ridley. That's who it's
I
on.
hate her. I fucking hate her. And I hate her more.
Wow.
I fucking hate her
I
more.
don't. I think
She's
she's
supposed
I
to
don't
get
hate her
another
either.
movie. I fucking hate her. She's supposed to get another movie. And she's
It's
gonna
not.
do it.
Here's the thing, though. It's not like I understand why you would hate that character. I hate that character as well.
the character.
But
Yeah,
the Daisy Ridley, like
was her
herself,
actor.
like
No,
no, I don't hate
she's-
her.
I wouldn't. I don't know. I just think she has a lack of respect for Star Wars fans, and I don't mean to sound like one of those Star Wars YouTubers that is like fuck that. But like, sorry, if you're continuing, if you know that the fans hated your fucking movies, why are you taking another role? Like, I get it, it's for the money. If it's for the money, cool, whatever.
Money.
But it's like, come
Money,
on,
money,
dude.
money, money,
Like,
money.
I
Show
don't know.
me the money.
Fuck that shit. Fuck her.
Shane McMahon.
Respectfully, fuck her.
Show me the money, money.
Quentin just went scorched earth.
I get very defensive when it comes to Star Wars, as you both know, and yeah.
Not as defensive as me.
I don't. Me and you are opposites because I'm a Clone Wars Rebels fan. I love all that shit. And
The Clone Wars. Oh, you never talk about that. Tell us more.
No, don't get him going.
Greatest show on earth.
No.
Greatest show on earth, right next to Scrubs, minus the last season.
Yes, minus the last season, but yes, Scrubs, Dr. Cox.
I gotta watch that, don't I? Is that what you guys were trying to tell me? I gotta watch
Oh.
that.
Yeah,
You watch the first episode, I
will
think you'll love it.
fucking love.
And this is a British
Doc-
show,
You
right?
know what we should do? Hear
No.
me out.
No?
No.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's American.
We
Oh,
should
this is
watch-
that doctor show. Yes. Okay.
We should, after this, if anyone has 20 minutes, just us three, let's watch the first episode together. That would be lovely.
Oh no,
Just say yes, Brian.
What?
We'll
we should
see.
watch the best of Dr. Cox.
That's
Just the
yeah.
best of-
Because Brian will never watch the full show. We could watch the best.
No,
of Dr.
yeah.
Cox. Well, let's do that.
It's like it's as long as Only Fools and Horses,
Okay.
but just
I don't know what that is.
Dr. Cox you will fucking love him.
Should
You
we?
will
Speaking of Only Fools and Horses, I just started. Well, it's gonna finish soon too because there's only 3 episodes. But Rockin' Chips,
Rocket Chips.
I loved it.
Rocket
I
Chips.
loved it. I love it. I didn't think I was gonna love it nearly as much as I did.
What's it called? Rockin' Chips.
Rockin' Chips, yeah.
It's
It's a prequel to
prequel.
Only Fools and Horses, though. So, Only Fools and Horses is the sitcom that you should watch because it's one of the greatest pieces of television I've ever seen.
Oh, I know this actor. Who the fuck is this?
Do you know what? But there is so much similarity to.
Notice how I didn't say British television; I said television. That's how highly I think of Only Fools and Horses. It is fucking.
There's so much
amazing.
similarity to Only Fools and Horses and Scrubs. Now, considering one's like a medical show in America, and the other one
Quit,
is
you okay?
Yeah.
It looked like you were about to fall down.
What?
Like you balanced yourself. Yeah, it looked like you were about to like fall down and then you bounced. I think that's because the camera was moving, was shaking.
That makes
your
sense.
head.
Yes.
it's just the characters involved. Just the characters involved and how emotionally invested. Even though
So
it's a
Scrubs
comedy,
is one of those comedies where it has a lot of emotion to it. as
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God, yes.
Not
Gotcha.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's also like the
Oh, I
comedy
have
is the
tried.
root. So like JD, the main character, has an inner monologue that starts off each episode, and he's constantly like throughout the episodes, you'll hear his inner monologue, and it's different. I've never seen a TV show do this besides Scrubs, but it gives you such a good connection with the character JD. It's fun. Zach Braff, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, he annoys me.
How?
Because he's like
Staying out of this.
They just make him like the bitchiest guy you can imagine.
Yeah, but you got to have one of each in a show. You got Dr. Cox, the brooding, masculine, manly man, you know. Then you got the fucking devious, what's his name, Kelso. You got Turk for the black comedy in there. You got like
but he's also his best friend, and he's a constant.
Turk is fucking great. You got the sexy blonde in there, the spicy Spanish.
Sarah Chalk.
Yeah, it's good shit, man.
I'm not gonna lie. If I could have Sarah Chalk or
Carla,
no, Cox's ex.
Oh, she's Smoke Show. Starts with a J.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Jordan, and weirdly enough,
Jordan for sure.
She's the wife of the guy who wrote it.
That's weird. I always find that weird whenever directors will write their wives into a show, whether she be an actress or not, and then have them fuck other characters on the show. Like, I think that there's something fruitfully wrong. On that show. Yeah, she fucked literally everyone. Like, this guy put his wife on the show, and then in the show has his wife like sleep around with everyone. Like, that's crazy to me.
But
I think he's doing a softcore reenactment of what he wants.
He's a cuck, bro. He's a fucking cuck.
Yeah, I'm just looking at the Wikipedia page here. I didn't realize Scrubs is that old. It says the first episode aired in 2001.
Yep.
So that's almost 25 years old at this point.
I grew up watching reruns of that show on Comedy Central.
Dude,
gotcha.
It is the last season, exactly like Quentin said. Yeah, it's dog shit because they just try to reinvent
Dave Franco. They tried to reinvent it, bring a whole new cast on, and then they realized people hated it.
It doesn't work. It just doesn't work. It's not what people fell in love with. But yeah, god damn it. Okay, are we going to do some Muppet ratings for this film? Because
we sure can.
Shit in hell.
I'll start it off this time. What should I give this with the Muppet rating? I actually didn't even think of a Muppet rating before we went on here, surprisingly. I'll give it a... It's got to be high, man. It's got to be at least...
It's got to be high for all of us.
It's between 8, 9, and 10 for me.
I'll go on the low end. I'll go 8.
Okay.
So, reasons, well, it's definitely, I think 8 was the minimum that I would put. I'm putting an 8 because I just, like, if the Muppetry is 9 or 10, I think it, like, takes away from the enjoyment. You know what I mean? But I enjoyed this thoroughly. So, I'm giving it an 8. How about you guys?
I'll throw in a 9. I'll one up that just because it's meant to be. It's meant to be high on the Muppet rating, as we call it. It's meant to not take itself too seriously.
Now that you just said that, I want to change it. I'm going to a 9 as well.
Okay.
Because I just realized like every character in this is mental.
There's not a single one that is sane, bro. Like Mickey's a fucking
they're all out of their fucking minds.
Every character is so uniquely insane. It's just a 9. It's meant to be, which is I'm so happy with. And it didn't take away from the film for me. I think it just blends itself into the film, and it honestly is kind of the forefront of this film. It's to have this crazy sci-fi wacky ass shit going on, the crazy personalities that go along with this shit. So 9, yeah. Go ahead, Craig.
9. It's a
9s across the board.
Across the board.
All, I think that's the first time we all have the same Muppet rating.
Yeah.
And it's justified. Absolutely would recommend this to if anyone said, "Oh, what do you think? Should I see it?" Yes, yeah, it's really, really good. Robert Pattinson just fucking killing it.
Unless you're
Absolutely
super
killing
political.
it. Yeah,
What'd you say?
just
I said, unless you're super political. Like, if
Yeah,
you're like, you live,
yeah.
breathe, and die for politics, maybe skip
Don't go see it.
us. Yeah.
yeah.
I don't care
really
whether
ugly.
you're
What end
if
you're on,
one,
doesn't
one
matter.
end
On
or the
either
other.
side.
Don't
Yeah.
go see it
You will-
because
you will
one of
not
them
come
you're
out
gonna
happy.
be throwing shit at the screen. If you're on the other one, you're gonna be jerking off.
Yeah, you will not.
Pee
come
Wee
out
Herman,
happy.
that shit.
You'll not come out happy.
Yeah.
If that's what you're going in for, but it's a sci-fi, it's a dark comedy. If you like those two things, go see it. Fucking really enjoyed it.
Hell
Yeah.
yeah.
So
That's
7. The movie
End
ratings
of.
were 7, 7, and then 8.
8.5.
8.5. Okay.
and 999.
Yeah.
Yeah.
9!
And I think, yeah, with Quentin,
Sorry, I
wait,
channeled my inner Mel Gibson there.
Dude, don't.
9!
I know you too well. Don't. Just don't.
whatever you're gonna say that's offensive. Don't.
I already said it. I said I channeled my
as
inner Mel
Craig said,
Gibson.
like 5
I
reviews
channeled-
before.
I channeled my inner Mel Gibson. 9!
Oh my god.
Love you, Mel Gibson. You're one of my favorite directors. Keep
We
it up.
actually do. Like I actually do. I adore Mel Gibson.
You just had a really
work.
bad racist day.
He just-
That's all.
He
Yeah,
had
exactly.
a moment. Mel Gibson, he had a moment.
He had a rough day. He had a rough day.
He had a moment, and
And always
unfortunately,
remember, you
it
didn't
was
go as hard
recorded.
as Kanye West did, Mel Gibson. You never went as hard as
No.
Oh. Well,
You never
Mr.
went as hard as
Fix
Kanye. You never came out with any shirts, all right? You're okay.
Oh,
The
no.
only thing, you know what made
about
me
his
even
fucking
more
wife?
mad about
What
the
fuck
Kanye
was that
thing?
about?
Is how much money he's making from it?
No, it's how people reacted to it. I'm like, we already know that, like, we've known for 20 years that he's crazy. This is, you're just finding this out.
Yeah.
Like, that blew my mind with people.
Yeah.
Like, how it makes me think that, like, 90% of the people out there do not have long term memory. They just
Facts.
forget everything, and unless it's, like, recent, you know? But anyway. Anything else you guys want to touch on before we wrap this up?
I'm personally good, and we might get this under 2 hours.
We are going to, because there's going to be 15 minutes. to get out of this.
Yeah, we've got a bit to cut out. Sorry
Because
about
there was
that.
a major mistake that happened. We won't say who it was, but that
Craig
was
whipped out
where
his
we all
finger.
just went, whoa!
Shall we just say I apologize profusely?
No.
What are you apologizing for?
Yeah,
I'm cutting it
there's
out.
nothing there.
Dude, you don't have to worry about it. You don't have to worry about it.
What am I apologizing for?
You don't have to worry about it. It wasn't anything like fucking.
It was a joke that didn't work.
It didn't.
But
Yeah, it wasn't worded correctly.
I'm really surprised it wasn't me.
Do you know what? So am I. I'm fucking. So
I am too, dude.
I know.
I am too, mate.
But yeah, cool. Let's get this under.
Let's wrap this up. Yes, we had a blast reviewing this. We definitely recommend going to see it.
Yes. Go see
I-
it for Robert Pattinson.
Yes, if anything, just
absolutely.
for his performance, because it is incredible. Much
Top
like
tier.
most of the work that he's done the past 8 to 10 years. So,
And Joe
Are you
Thornhill,
pointing at your
thank
penis?
you very much.
Joe Thornhill. Yeah,
Joe
I thought
Thornhill.
he was pointing. I thought he was pointing at his dick as well.
No, that's Quentin's. That's Quentin's
Yeah,
realm.
that's Quentin's job.
That's-
He gives you a couple thrusts too.
I
on the
will.
way- Yeah, but
Dude, he
Answer
does more than that.
yeah. But all right, we're out of here. We'll see you next review. Oh, Along Came a Spider. So we're going back
Long
in
Game
time
Spider
again.
next week.
This is a not a well known movie. I mean, at the time, it was a hit at the time.
I'm aware
I
of
think.
it.
But it'll be interesting to see you guys take
At least
on
we
it
don't have to
because
go to the cinema. to
you
see
two
it.
haven't seen it. I have, and This
I'm
is our
looking
film for
forward
next
to
week.
it.
I'm
It's Morgan
excited.
Freeman.
I mean, Morgan Freeman. That's all you need to really sell me on.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
The
I
guy
can't
literally
wait to see
played
what you guys
God.
make
I'm
of,
there.
can't wait to see what you guys make of Michael Wincott. In this
Oh, I
movie.
forget Michael
I'm gonna
Wincott's in this.
fucking- Dude, I'm gonna fucking love it.
Yeah.
Morgan Freeman, Michael Wincott.
Yep.
What's not to
Definitely.
love?
All right. Well, we're out of here. We will see you next time. Take care, everybody.